Hi, my loves. How are we doing? I'm not going to even act like we don't have one little piece of paper left, but for posterity's sake, let's see who this sign's going to be. Of course. Scorpio. Scorpio, I feel like there is such a reason that you've been saved for last. I always feel like spirit moves me so much whenever I commit to doing the zodiac wheel picture, because a lot of what I do with these readings is about making sure that everything I touch on brings a whole puzzle piece, like a whole pie. And so any placement that you go through, like, think of it as deep synchronicity. Like, I know from a viewer perspective, you're like, please, Lexi, please drop the Scorpio, please. Like, that's what you guys are on. And I want you to know, anytime with the order of the shits and like when we, even the uploading situations and things like that are always so dictated by spirit. And so I just want you to feel very, very special that you are the last time that I'm doing. I am always so, I mean, it's like usually like 12 hours of work for me to channel, open for any amount of time just to let your messages come through. So I am on the end of my hill as I'm going to be channeling your message. And Scorpio, I guess I want to just, because you're my last night, I just want to thank you guys for always being along for this journey with me, and for your unwavering support and loyalty, and for also like really being the sign that like really supports me to tap into like more of a cosmic flow with this work that I do. Tapping into the cosmic flow with Scorpio's like support of me just being the freakiest, weirdest version of myself that I can be has really helped me optimize my business in ways that makes it easier for me to run it, which I really appreciate from you guys. So thank you so much. We're going to be doing your Aquarius season overview. I want to be a gift every birthday that I can, and you know, offer this to whomsoever. So I love you guys. This one is for you. I feel like you probably feel exactly like me. Like, I feel like I don't want to like channel some separate message for you guys. I'm just going to tell you where I'm at right now as I'm recording this. Right now, you are my last sign. This is the whole investment. I don't realize how this investment, this series, this zodiac series, which I oftentimes have said so many times, I'm like, I'm not going to do them again. I'm not going to do it. I've probably done them like 9 or 10 times at this point. But you know, every time that I do, you know, an entire zodiac breakdown of like the current collective energy and what parts of the collective energy belong to which zodiac representative, I always feel this unspoken sense of like, Alexis, one day this will be the thing that sets you apart. And I think that for you, Scorpio, you've had enough practice investing in the thing that, you know, again, is pretty much something that only you gave yourself permission to do as a person. And you know, I kept hearing this reader who was like, you know, perfection isn't in the results, it's actually in the effort. And your effort is perfect. And I think that for you, Scorpio, you know, 7-7, you have this gamble. There's something that you've been investing. We talked about this. You've been investing in something, obviously, Scorpio. It can be a huge gamble in certain regards, in certain lights. And I think you're finding that it was never whether or not I could, because maybe you don't get the max win, right? Maybe you don't get the fucking outcome that you're saying, but what you do actually receive is like, in the end, you still did kind of get what you wanted, which is to be chosen, to be distinguished, to be the winner, to be selected for this investment. It's almost, I'm kind of getting more like auction vibes. Like, it could go to you, but you got to be the person with the best bid kind of thing is like what you're on. So you've been trying to build up the best bid for this auction because you still want to be selected. And in the end, maybe it's not that you had the best, you're not even getting picked in the end, Scorpio, because you had the best proposal, investment, whatever. Because it wasn't that the investment that you presented was perfect. It was your effort. Your effort is what's flawless about you. Your effort is where you are perfect. You realize, Scorpio, that's going to be the title of this reading. You are defining perfection as effort moving forward. I think the tilt-a-whirl that the snake could have brought you to, even though it was your own archetype that we were all kind of dealing with, I think everything that you've been through, everything that I know I have been through, right? At the end of the day, from the highs and the lows, from the shit you got to pay out of pocket, everything that you have to be responsible for and take ownership for, you are looking at your creator and you're like, you know what, God, from this point forward, I know for myself, if I'm talking about the perfect partner, the perfect job, the perfect whatever, it's all now going to be defined on how much effort, how much do you try, you know? Because I think you've seen some of the worst, Scorpio. I feel like this year you have seen what people not even trying really, really can look like and really, really can manifest. And a lot of the problems that you see, a lot of these people in this world claiming are going on are like, yeah, these are problems that exist because you don't even try to make a difference. And I think, you know, you've been dealing with a lot of cycles of coming out of union with things that don't match your effort because that's where people think you're perfect. I also think you have partners that see you as distinguished and you don't know why. You were thinking they saw your money as perfect. You were thinking they saw your face card as perfect. You were thinking they thought your status was perfect. You were thinking and then that's what was making you feel anxiety because you're like, you have all these insecurities. You're like, I'm not perfect. I don't feel like I can live up to what they think I am. And it's like, what they think is perfect about you is how hard you try. You're never someone that thinks it's corny to be like participating. Scorpio, that was like the best thing about you. One of the things that my husband got to find out about my dad when he first got to meet my dad is like, one of the first things he did is like, he realized what my dad's on. My dad and I, like, we'll just get in the big ass Tahoe and we just like go drive through the lake, like through the hills country lake of Austin. Like we would just do that. No destination. Just drive, just talk, just kick it. Like, that's like our vibe. Like, we don't, you know. And Dennis was just like, dude, your dad's so fucking cool. He's like, you guys just want to, like, I'm gonna take, my dad's the kind of guy who's like, I know a spot. And we're just like, just going, you know. And I think my husband really fell in love with my dad and seeing that because it was like so foreign to him. It's like, he comes from a Capricorn father, so it's like very different. Like, you know, the Capricorn's like, the perfection is in the perfected result. And my dad is like, not like that at all. But I think the thing that makes him like such a guy, for real, is that he's like, he just tries to get to know you, you know. Dennis is like, yeah, I run Dolphin Boy Records, and immediately like my dad just like tries really hard, you know. Okay, like, oh, it's like, what's that? Like, tell me. It's like, that's it. And I think a lot of times my dad thinks he fails and he removes himself from situation, and I'm like, Dad, you're like, you were cool. Like, my mom fell in love with you because you tried. Like, a lot of black men in the 90s, it was like, I don't give a fuck, shawty. They was on some weird shit, like on some slave shit. But my dad was just like a guy who tried. He was like, you know, he was a triathlon, like, Austin medalist. He was always like, let's run the 10K, kids. Like, let's go. Let's fucking do the bike race. Let's go. Like, he was always like, my childhood was running. My mom, we'd drop her off at the newspaper and then we'd go run the lake, or we'd go, you know, and just like, come on, kids. Just bike with my dad. And like, he just tried, you know, he just always tried. And I feel like, Scorpio, you really try. And I don't think it's about, I think you the losses, you know, the achievements and successes are subjective. Maybe you hit your marks this year, maybe you didn't. But I think you try all the same. You every time it's time for you to do something new, you're always like, I'm going to give it my best go. I'm going to give it the same consistent go. Because you have that fixed side nature. But I think that the crops that you have, I think you needed Alexis come. You're like, Alexis, hurry up and fucking channel. Are you come on, fuck these guys. You know we're your favorite. Like, come on, do us. It's like, and I think while you were in the waiting of it, it's like, because I want you to know, Scorpio, like, that's it. Like, your crops are viewed as perfect. Your legacy, you're getting exonerated at this time. People are going to know the truth about you, because what made you perfect was not that you've never made a mistake. It's not even that you have the best character out of everyone in the world. But I think when it comes time to come back, circle back around to how we did Scorpio and how we discriminated against Scorpio, what they're going to say is, can we even say Scorpio is the bad guy, the bad girl, bad gal? Can we say that Scorpio is any of those things? Because they keep trying. Like, when people really defamated your character and really wanted to put you under, you kept trying for it. And maybe that's the other thing is, like, to some of my Scorpios, if you let someone beat it out of you, if you let someone, like, take away your effort, like, if you let somebody come and attack you and then you just stop trying, that's when they've won. I think that's something you need to hear. Someone attacked you and I think maybe you stopped trying for something you really wanted. And that's the real loss, because that person, that thing, felt the loss of your effort, and that's all they ever wanted. They didn't want the thing or the goal. They wanted to know that you were going to keep trying. And I think the thing that you might be feeling the heaviest about is like, why did I let it go again though? Why did I let that same nuisance that's always tried to tear me down and fucking make me feel insecure because of how much effort I put into my life? Why did I let it keep me from showing the things I really want to show up for, even if I'm not perfect at it, from trying? That is my dad's blues. He's the perfect father. I think the biggest critique that my brother and I had of him was like, dude, you're the fucking littest dad. You're like the you're amazing. My dad was like just a legend, is a legend, you know? And I think for him, he keeps letting himself like let go of stuff that he really just, he's never shown up perfectly. My mom didn't show up perfectly, but the reason she gets Mother of the Year is because she tried. And that's why my mom always tried to support my dad as long as she could. But you know, you can't push black women forever. She was like, Sherman, I came from the same gutter you came from, but we got to try with these kids. That's all they want from us. That's all they wanted from you. Oh, Scorpio. I think you're looking at your pile of money, at the big offer that you were having. And I think even if that's something you were able to achieve, you're doing it because you did all this, because I think the whole point that Spirit just wants you to see is like, you might be mad successful. It's like, you could be having like a great, I'm not like trying to be solemn. I'm just trying to say the thing that you really need to realize is like, it's not even about the goal you hit. Like, oh, we were able to grow. Like, I wanted to invest this much and I was able to build up that much to invest it. That's great. But the real thing, the root of that is actually the effort. How much it made you want to try. So I think when you're contemplating, because it looks like you have a soulmate. You look at 1111, I just said, it's soulmate. You're coming into union with something and you're really prepared now. But I think God wants you to know that even though you're really prepared, and you might think that I'm prepared now because everything's in place, what's actually really in place is that you're ready to consistently try. It's not even because all the stuff is in place. You're not going to be able to go and be like, look, I was making you wait, or I was making this happen, because like, it's actually just because you're ready to consistently be there now. You're not distracted enough to like actually consistently be there. That's all that this thing would have wanted from you. Is that they just need a promise that you're going to consistently try. Because it's like, we can do the long-term thing, Scorpio. You're good for it. Right? But it's like, I just don't know if Scorpio's effort's always there, because we know when Scorpio doesn't want to try anymore, it's just demonic hours, Punisher hours. Oh, Scorpio, 10 Pentacles. So beautiful. But the reason this contract took forever is because you hadn't put up boundaries. The reason you weren't able to come into this sort of like holy trinity divinity within self and really build from there, like the reason that your investment couldn't go towards building exactly what you wanted, had to do with like realizing that your King of Wands is the one that would be building all this and creating all this for your partner. So I think there was a thing that God had to send you through whatever cycle you're doing, because you needed to get clear, Scorpio. You needed to get clear that what's going to be required of you when I give you this blessing, whether it's a person, a partner, a new family member, a new job, a new whatever expansion God is blessing you with right now, Scorpio, you need to understand the reason God had to hold off is because God needed your commitment that you were going to continually always try for it. Because I think you've gone through a journey where there are times where you let people punk you. You let people make you feel so insecure that it's like, well, fuck it, I'm not even gonna fucking try for that shit. Because there are some things like family where it's like, it doesn't matter if we beef, you cannot call it quits. We'll probably beef, definitely. Two humans that walk completely different journeys, having to like always be together and always find a way to work together can bring tension, because you guys could be on different cycles at some point. But I think the reason people were always calling you a flip-flop, or you were wishy-washy, or they didn't think you were super accountable, is because there are times when you stop trying. And it's felt. But you have 10 Pentacles. Oh my God. Scorpio. Your Queen of Pentacles in the recent past. This is so romantic and so amazing. Scorpio, you know, in a subconscious way, you might have even lived your whole life, but your Queen of Pentacles is already someone you've come across in your past. The person that you would build your physical career, right? And you've already felt it. Many of you might have left it and tried to go find something else, but only to realize, like, of all the experiences, because you might be old enough now where it's like, okay, of all the experiences, I can definitely say that one was the truest love. That wasn't, you know? Like with my dad, you know, when he was sitting me down, he was talking about how many times he's only really been in true love, you know? And so in a funny way, it looks like, Scorpio, like the roundabout journey you go through is like, once your soul recognizes that, maybe you weren't ready to hold it at the time you came across it, but now you're having this review because you have the 7 Pentacles that go to the 10 Pentacles. You know who to invest your time in. This is like, who can I invest my time in that's actually going to give me the 10 Pentacles? You're able to deduce that now. Your King of Wands knows where that is. Now it does, right? And maybe it took you like going around and seeing like all maybe examples of what isn't that, but now you really know, like, okay, of all the experiences I've had, because I'm at this point now, I know where I had 10 of Cups. And it looks like that person was always showing up in their royalty. So it looks like the other thing that this person probably might have done to you is like, they didn't need your investment. They're your equal. So I think that's the other thing that you had to grow maturity for, is like you're realizing like I'm attracted to equality, right? I think my dad, to protect himself for a lot of times, he would attract believers and make them like his really close like people like in his life. But my dad needs to find another seer or another magic man, a magic woman. He needs to find a partner who is as capable as he is, because I think that's what he's dealing with all the time, you know, is like it's never going to be fulfilling though if you can't go band for band. That's why my dad loves spending time with me so much. But it like fucks him up, because me and my dad, when we get together, the fucking, it's like King Neptune, it's like me and my dad like fucking airbender water, but it's like crazy. We're like fucking, it's really intense, you know, because we're just like, we do a lot of magic together. And I feel like it really stresses him out, because he can't go to that level of freedom with me and then go back to his like fucking regular marriage and regular life where people believe him. People in my dad's life know, they respect and know, like most of them actually go to him because they can't, but they go to him for like double reasons, because like he's a prophet. So they go to him because they're like, this nigga's abilities are crazy. We keep him in our life because he's crazy. But for someone who is my dad, you can't go into like partnerships with people who are just like, oh my God, what you do is so magic. Because at the end of the day, you kind of really need someone who understands what you're doing and why you were doing it the way you do it. So I feel like in the past, I think because I think, like I said, I just feel like this King of Wands, it's really romantic, it's really sweet, because it's really coming from like, I want to show you like that I want to invest in you, and that's great. But again, what I'm saying is, it looks like this Queen of Pentacles does not need 7 Pentacles from you. It doesn't. Like it doesn't. It doesn't even need the contract with you. It doesn't need that. What it actually needs is your effort. What they're trying to say is like, this may be the thing that can like funnel the beginning of our connection, but if you kept yourself from connecting because you were waiting on the right time to have to be enough. Like I feel like with my dad, in a lot of ways, like for his real divine partner, his life is far from over. He got a lot of work left to do in terms of this stuff left. But I think his real divine partner, right now, he's kind of using like all the little like, I mean, he's even married right now, but he's kind of like using all of these little things to kind of get ready. You can tell this like a nigga who's like trying to like get in the gym and like train for something by like having like a fake life that's like preparing him to have, because I think he wants to be enough for who he really felt like. There's like some original, because when you think about my parents, my dad's biggest wound with my mom leaving him was like, holy shit, Wanda, way to drive home that he's not enough for you. And that really hurt. But I feel like my dad was really caught off guard, because my mom was really he was really trying for her, like proper gave her the last name, gave the kids last name, and like really like was like, no, these kids, we're gonna build it. And so when she really left him, I think he's kind of primordially always been like trying to like show Wanda like, I have enough for you now, you know, in a lot of ways. But at the same time, the reason my mom actually left him was because his effort was inconsistent. She never said, you don't make enough, so fuck you, I'm leaving. Or she never said like, you don't put us in. That was not it. Her issue was like, why did you stop trying, brother? There'd be times when you feel like you can just drop out, and I never could. So that's really why she left. And so again, what he'll have to heal through his life in separation and understanding like that marriage and all the things is like, effort made the Taylors who they were. We try really hard, you know, we try really hard, and we do a lot of things for the world, but it's always like, you know, me and my family, we didn't come from a lot of fucking, we don't know too much about this earth plane. We got a lot of weird celestials, right? But with the Taylors specifically, guarantee one of the things the 4 of us know, like you can meet my mom, my brother, me, or my dad. And with all 4 of us, like people will always tell you, it's like they may not even have a background in something, but if you like we're the type of niggas that'll figure it out. Like we'll try hard enough to where we can get it done. And that's like all I can say that my parents have done for me is like they made miracles happen because they tried. You know, sometimes you don't know how you're going to make Christmas happen. You don't. And then somehow my parents still got me the Barbie car and every other fucking thing on me. You know, it's like we didn't have it like that. So it shows you what effort can really do, Scorpio, you know? Because I'm a rock star. I didn't miss a single thing. Like my life was, I had so many people pouring into me. People of different, like I've had mother figures, like, you know, I've had multiple stepmother type frequencies. Like one of my stepmothers was Indian, like straight up, bindi tattooed on the forehead. I got a Mexican stepmom now. Like, you know, I've had a lot of people, like a lot of cultures raise me. A lot of people like pour into my life, and all that mattered was that they tried. You know, we all come from somewhere, and I think most of us were able to achieve the things we have because of how much effort we put in. And I just feel like this Queen of Pentacles was always looking at you like, Scorpio, what I love the most about you is how much you try. I would like to see your effort go towards things that serve you, though, is like what I feel like the issue is like, don't try for the wrong things either, because I think at the end of the day, that's also where you could come up short. But it looks like I said, in your recent past, you've already come across, Scorpio, I will tell you, your person isn't in the future. You've already, they'd be like the divine path it's already in your rear view. So you need to figure out why it's not in the contemporary view, because you've already tasted it. It's like, again, it's kind of like what I was telling, I don't know what sign, but I was like, it's not because God didn't give you enough abundance. Right? Oh, I think it was Capricorn. I was talking about their succubus energy. It's like, it's not because, I think Capricorns were going on for so long being like, God, I don't have enough, I don't feel successful enough. And then they were like manifesting way too much and they're just not, but it's actually because they have a succubus, so they're not connected to it. So it's like that, because it's like, it's never been because like you don't, it's not, it's your effort. Because I think the thing is that it's like, you're still feeling like, I made all this money and I had all this big plan for them, and you still owe somebody an apology. Even though it looks like your effort was doing nothing but trying to like build something to support this person, they don't need any of that. They really just needed you because you used getting that thing for them as an excuse for why you're not going to try. And then that just actually spoke for you. Is like, oh, this Scorpio is someone who doesn't try. And then you're like, what the fuck? I don't try. I'm fucking over here trying to fucking make you millions. It's like, I don't need you to make me millions, Scorpio. That's not how you show your love. You show your love through effort. That's it. That's it. Simple. Simple. Let's look at your crowning. Oh, Scorpio. Scorpio, you're so cute. Yeah, it's it's really precious. You're fucking Scorpio. I don't think you've been like, it's like my father, you know, he's a disabled veteran, and I suppose his heart, like, my dad has to do so much that people overlook just to take a step. My dad is doing magnificent, crazy healing just to take one step that people overlook every day. It's always challenging for him. It never got easier for him. He still lives with an active disability. And people who are differently abled than us are the ones with the spiritual strength of God. Because just to have the same foundation that other people have when you're struggling with like an acute disability of any kind, it's just something that people don't even think about. So it's sweet, Scorpio, because I'm sorry, I cried because it's like, you tried so hard. And it looks like you might have even had things that you had to overcome just to present this. And that is beautiful. That is like, you need to know that God loves your effort, no matter whether or not there's actually a channel for it to be given the way you would have hoped or connected to the way you would have hoped. Because I just feel like a lot of Scorpios is like, you're really good at long-term planning. You're like, you know how, like, it's okay, it'll take me 18 months to get this type of like money raised, or it'll take me this much to get this, you know, deal closed out. And so you've just been doing the Scorpio trying to plan something out, and it's like life is happening, and it's like, no, and then you were dealing with all those controls, like, no, it wasn't supposed to go this way, no, wait, no. And I think God was just like loosening up control, because it's like what you were working on was an objectively good thing, and it was like an offer to what I feel like is like this queen, but it's like, I'm working on it, but then it's like, you know, all the while the control of it all, and then the you also overcoming personal battles just to show up. I don't want you to think that the person for you would not be super sensitive to all of the fucking hurdles that you have to jump over just to be Scorpio. I think the person for you would be very sensitive to that, would very much know, like, you have to, you know, I was my dad's keeper, like, you know, when I left the hospital, and, you know, I'm so Scorpio. I knew I was a healer when I was 9 years old, and my dad called me to heal for the first time in my life, and I didn't know like what to do, and it was on his deathbed, and we were probably like 9 minutes until his heart was supposed to stop. We're looking at a timer, and he doesn't, and I've told this story before, but he doesn't even remember this because he had no like all of his white blood cells were gone, so he had no oxygen in his brain because there was blood collapsing and clots all over the place. So motherfucker's about to die in like 9 minutes, and all of a sudden there's a room full of everyone he's ever known, right? All of the surgeons, we're all fucking there because it's his last 9 minutes of life. All of a sudden he like screams out, he's like, Alexis! And everybody's like, what the fuck? Why did he just call out Alexis? And I'm like, what the fuck? And everybody looks at me and I'm freaking out. It's some fucking Grey's Anatomy shit. Mind you, my dad is fucking wrapped down to a coat. He's like trying to rip out all of his IVs. He's having a series of strokes back to back to back. He's lost the left side of his movement and he's calling out for me. And he's like, Alexis, tell them to take this off of me. Like, he was basically asking me to tell them to take off the boxing gloves that they put over his hands. And they'll do this for a lot of hospitals in their like psychiatric units will have like stuff to like lacerate someone to a chair to keep you like confined if you're like fucking like rejecting like fucking treatment or something that you have to have. So my nigga is strapped down tight. Like they got him in the kooky stuff. They got him in the whatever. And they're like, he's basically asking me to tell them to take this off my hands. The doctor's like, young lady, I'm going to tell you why we can't take this off your dad's hands, because he's ripping out his IVs. If he rips out this IV, he dies. and that was the heaviest thing for me. But in that moment, I know that my intuitive and my healing abilities and laying my hands on him started to reverse his series of strokes. And so now we're here, right? Now we're here, 29 years old, you know, and I've accepted that about myself. But I feel like, Scorpio, you are overcoming so much. Like there are things that are put on your path in terms of your physical body that feel unfair. Extremely unfair. It could be an acute disability, it could be a chronic illness, it could just be like, you know, God, so many people need me, and because of how much the world needs of you to live out your purpose, it just pushes your body to an extreme or something, to where it's just like, I feel like you have all these nuanced feelings about how the path that you have to walk as Scorpio is gonna like hurt you, and you're such a present person, and you're so like, I don't want to die. Like you don't want to be running yourself down. I think you're freaking out. It's like, what the fuck? Like my skin is like fucking, I'm just like aging like crazy, or I'm like losing hair and shit. And it's like, and I just like watch my dad go through that all the time, because he just loved himself so much. He just really loves himself. He really loves life so much. Scorpio, so I know you love life, and I think all of this, and as unfair as it seemed, because it just felt like you were just like, you're like every day in your mind, you're like, but I'm going above and beyond. I'm doing the extra nice thing. I'm being the extra nice person right now. I'm providing something that someone doesn't have. I'm trying to give them something. I'm trying to show them that I'm worth, that I was good. You know, because in my dad's heart, he is trying to go back and be the man that he couldn't be, which I respect, because in some ways, like some people don't do that. They don't think of it as like, I didn't give my kids this, I should go and continue to be that. If in the future I have more money or more resources or more blessings, like I should try to. So he thinks that way, which I appreciate with him all the time. But it's always hard when I have to tell him, Dad, I still would have wanted you to be there, even if you were a bum, even if you didn't have anything. I would have wanted you to just show up. I would have wanted you to be there. Because there's just, how do we justify how many minutes and moments you missed that I wanted you to be there for? And I think Scorpio, that's just like, just what it is, you know. Anyways, Scorpio, anyways. So in the end, you got 10 pentacles that the investment was correct, and there's even an avenue for you to make the project happen. But in the end, you're realizing that someone's like, I don't even need that like done. Like I don't even need that investment done. So in the end, it's like, you're just more rich, and it's actually what you really want, which is like starting this life with this Queen of Pentacles and being fucking separated from all your trauma actually freed you up for what God really wanted, which is like, dude, you have a perfect life now because you get to try in all the ways you actually want to. There's no more excuses about the material world or what we haven't built yet or why we can't permit ourselves to just let the fact that we get to try today be enough. And I think that this is I think for you, this Queen of Pentacles, there's no, if that's what it is, it's like, oh, well, in the new world, fucking money doesn't even matter. None of that shit even matters. Damn, whatever. But at the end of the day, it looks like it's just like, well, at least I'm separated from demons, because now you're realizing it's like, oh, that's what it was all about. Because this Ace of Wands, right? This passionate new beginning. I feel like this is something that God brought you. Another chance where it's like, you don't have to, because I think Scorpio, the reason I'm giving you this reading and the reason like kind of needs to come out now, you got offered an Ace of Wands that God wants you to grab, because only you can make it happen. You can do it. You can be there. They're calling you out. It's like, you're in alignment. You can do it. And I want you to do it. And the reason I'm giving you this reading is I don't want you to approach this Ace of Wands, because I don't know if you'll get it again. So take this serious. Take this Ace of Wands and grab it and say like it's for you and it's meant for you and it wants you to create this reality with it. But what you don't need to do is think that like, oh, to participate in this Ace of Wands, they want something. They don't. It's like, this thing doesn't want your money. It doesn't even need that. Don't do that again, because it looks like you already wasted time trying to be enough, trying to be perfect in an old definition when the perfection is in your effort. So if you could just try to be there for this new Ace of Wands that's coming for you in Aquarius season, that's all. Because again, I think the thing that if you can see my blues, the way that I cry over my Scorpio father is because he's so, those moments define my life. Those moments are what I tell people. When I tell people who my dad was proper, that's who he is. My dad is a healer. He's a modern day healer. And we need those people. We need them. There's so much sickness. And we need people who can heal in a supernatural way. Quickly. When medicine takes too long, the man who can reverse your cancer, metaphysically, like, that's the shit my dad does. So, take this. Take what I'm telling you. You already tried the other route where it's like, I waited and like, I didn't show certain effort because I was too locked in thinking that they don't want you for what you have. They want you for you. They want you for, because, and they want your effort in their life. They want people, the thing is, the people that want you, Scorpio, they want you because of like, you just always try, nigga. Like, I think it's like, damn, it's like I said, it's kind of like, you know, the way thespians are. It's like, you always try. It's like, you're just like, okay, we're doing icebreakers with the teen grade. Oh, hey. It's like, you're just, it's like, it's your zest, it's your lust for life. That, like, it's like, that's what actually people wanted. They just like that you tried. I think about the thing that my mom kept giving my mom was with my dad almost 17 years. You know, we had a family. We have a real family. You know, it's not like nothing. It wasn't easy for us when it fell apart. So it's like, but you know, I think Scorpio could win the heart of Sagittarius if it's like, this nigga's always, it's like, they would just like, try again. It's like, he just tried, you know, until he didn't, until, you know, too many insecurities beat down. I'm telling you, Scorpio, you have nothing to be insecure about. You already have the 10 Pentacles. You guys have a nigga who can just make the 10 Pentacles happen. And that's why I think you're so upset, because you're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm doing like good things, right? Like, I'm like, help me, what the fuck? Like, it's not like I'm doing it. It's like, but again, all would have been connected to, oh, Scorpio, you're beautiful. Don't let me get in the way of anything. It looks like you get to do everything you wanted. You can still fucking give the 10 Pentacles if you want to. I just really want you to know, don't let how you got this investment accrued that can't happen. It can't be like, I gotta pause everything and just like, I'm not even gonna talk to you until I get you the right car, the right, it's like that. That's not what they wanted. They just wanted your everyday effort. Your moment to moment effort. You can still do that either way. It's just, again, like I said, kind of the point of it is like, even if you can give someone $10,000, you know what I mean? It's how hard you had to try for that, to give them that actually will matter the most. If you're just a rich person who could just like write off a fucking $50,000 check and it doesn't mean anything, it's helpful, but it's also felt energetically if you didn't really have to do anything. But I think what's beautiful is like, you're about to go forward and you're going to show that you're a magician, that you're going to fucking step out as the healer. I love this for you, Scorpio. You're stepping out. I'm a healer. I'm a magician. New vibe, get to know me. Hey. But you're also moving forward with this beautiful cup, this beautiful Knight of Cups. It's an intuitive offer, and I think you're coming the right way, because I don't think people wanted your bushel of investment. It's like so much, but I think they want your effort, and you're gonna give that, and that makes you perfect. Because I think for this Queen of Pentacles, what they're short of right now is people who really tried with them, you know. They're short of that. So when Scorpio, I'm putting you on game. If you show up with a lot of effort, not like stuff, like, yes, it could extend to stuff, but it's like just the fact that it's like, for example, if you're lucky, like, you know, I always treat, like, if I ever see somebody on their birthday, I always like, I give respect. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for allowing me to be around you on your solar return. It's such a special time in someone's life. So for me, it's not even that I'm like, oh, I'll cover brunch and I'll cover this. Like, it's just like being there. Like, the effort is like, I will make sure that you have somebody to go to brunch with. I will make sure that I will fucking do the reservation. Matter of fact, I can fucking, what do you want me to do? It's like, I can rub your toes after we leave the club. Sure. It's like that. You realize like that's all, they just want that Scorpio, like you do, like that overwhelming Scorpio, that Scorpio that's like, You always just want to try. You're always so sweet. When it's someone's birthday, you're like, you know? Someone's getting married, you're like, oh, well, shit. Well, this would be a good idea. It's like, that's what they want. They don't really even want the just like, I think you think they just want the like, no, they just wanted to see you try. Maybe they did present a fucking opportunity for you, but it was just to see how much you would try. And it kind of looks like you kind of chose to give off like, I'm not going to try, even though under the table you're trying really hard. And then because in your head it's like, I'm just going to, because I want to just present it when I'm enough. But you'll never be enough. You'll never be ready. And I think it just kind of communicates, it's like, well, we still haven't gotten off the ground. And that can be defeating because it looks like you've been doing nothing but trying to get off the ground. You've been probably exhausting yourself and it's just like not. So that's what I'm trying to let you know. Is like, they just want that version of Scorpio. That's just like a good addition to their life. You know, if you're going to be in my life when I wake up and when I'm in between waking up and going to sleep, excuse me, I just want to know that you will try with me. You know? That's it. Because I also think the reason you're going back and offering this is because they showed, I think this Queen of Pentacles also showed you that. They didn't give you a dime. It's not money. But somehow their constant effort over time has made you feel like I have a new opportunity in life, a new life. And I think it's the way that this Queen of Pentacles built a new life. This is what I'm saying. It's like my dad, like right now when he had to hear, it's like my mom is like in an amazing place. She bought herself her $500,000 ranch home. And she built it from the ground up. She built the house from the ground up, and she's proud of it, and it's gorgeous. Oh my god, my mom had several points to prove. Obviously, the bitch went, her house is very nice, and it's just stacked. It's just like Sagittarian paradise. It's just beautifully decorated. I picked the wall color. We're painting the wall. It's like everything is Wanda Taylor. That house means so much to me. I will always take care of my mother's home because that house is Wanda Taylor from the baseboards up. She built a home from scratch. And, when I think about, like, my dad, when he had to hear that information, it's just kind of like, all that would really tell him is like, damn, I remember little Wanda when we were working at the sandwich shop, when we was, like, homeless living in the trailer park in Luling with little Sherman. And when he hears now that she can buy a $500,000 home off top and just do that by herself, by herself, just do it. Like, it's time, and, he's just kind of like, it could kind of just be like the thing that my dad would know, because he knows Wanda deeper than her kids even do, would just be like, damn, well, the only reason she got there is because she kept trying. Like my mom she worked 27 years at the newspaper in Austin American Statesman Proper, our fucking family members. And then now she's fucking gonna retire at ACC, Austin Community College. Like we're in Austin, and my mom is a legend in Austin, a legend. A Texas ex, a fucking black woman leader in the fucking city. Everyone knows what WT. Everyone at that newspaper for almost 30 years got a paycheck from my mother. Payroll, this is Wanda. Yeah, that's Wendy. That's Wendy. Okay? So all he would know is like, damn, she just had to keep trying, to get out the gutter. Now she owns a ranch home. Did it by herself, it didn't matter. It's a lot of stuff didn't pan out for my mom, but she did still get to her goals, and she just had to keep trying, So you see that now. I think that Queen of Pentacles is showing you like, oh, new life is available through effort, not through contrived, like, I'm trying to fucking, like, because I think you were trying to do the money manifestor thing, because that's why I kind of opened this up, like gambling too much, trying to like make big profits, and like this Queen of Pentacles is like, you don't even have to gamble, nigga. With no shade towards gamblers, you don't have to gamble the important things of your life. You can just consistently try over time, and everything you want will work out. It may not work out as fast as if you fucking win the lottery overnight, but if you just show up every damn day, you can get your kids into a better home. Of course. So now you know that. So shout out that Queen of Pentacles that showed you that. Because I think you've just been watching them day to day try in life. It is the thing that's so beautiful about it. I also feel like, you do also, there is a big part of this where it's like, I also want to just be honest with you. Some people may have had to put up boundaries with you in order for them to go have their success. So you do have to acknowledge that, like, kind of the reason why it's like I think you've been really trying to manifest someone. I think you've been really trying to like manifest someone for sure. Something in your life. You've been really, really hoping God lets you manifest it. Because if you do though, you also, Knight of Cups, you have it's like an apology. It's like an addressal of like the times where you weren't showing effort, because it looks like this person is already successful. It's kind of like, I am just using the analogy of my parents, because it's like they're already successful. Like my mom's already successful, so now she kind of already has she already kind of has a boundary, because she's like a homeowner now on her own, right? Back when we couldn't even keep a lease, she like runs a home now, you know, and it's filled with all her shit, and it's decked out, it's customized, you know. And I just feel like, you know, part of the whole situation here is it's just like when someone already has their own victory and they've got strong boundaries, do they even want to hear from me? And Scorpio, I'm going to remind you of this title: Defining Perfection as Effort. There is no guarantee whether they want to hear from you or not. But what I can guarantee you is if you don't try, they definitely don't want to hear from you. Show up trying, see what happens. I can't speak for these people, but you got to show up and show them the effort that you've withheld from them. That's why it looks like they had to put a boundary up with you, because you didn't try. And I think this person just said these people have too much self-value for you to be dealing with somebody who doesn't even fucking give it, who isn't even going to try for anything. Right? Your effort. Your shadow. Your effort gets locked away in your shadow. And if you live out of your ego and you don't integrate your shadow, you'll stop trying for stuff. You'll give yourself an excuse as to why you can stop trying. Jesus Christ, brother. Jesus, Aquarian season is like, dude, I just like, my face like changes like on camera. Like I'm like really like becoming right now. So you guys are really lucky that I'm channeling during my season, because I look great. Okay. But it's like your shadow would be the one to tell you what to put effort towards. And I feel like you were scared of your shadow. Like every time your shadow's like, you don't really like people like that, you would just ignore that, you know. Or every time your shadow would be like, this is too beneath you, this is too remedial, right? And so when you live a life of suppressing your shadow, that's where your effort gets it, because you don't honor yourself all the time, Scorpio, and what you truly feel, like unfiltered. You still kind of, maybe you're putting on masks in certain ways, and that's why the effort started showing up inconsistently. Because it's like, yeah, of course, why would you show up consistently with effort if you keep things in your camp that you do and don't like? But yet you're saying everything that's around you, like, oh, I'm Scorpio, I choose everything in my life. But there's a lot of shit in your camp that you don't really like, that you don't really want, you know? Let's look at your outcome, my loves. Scorpio. This is like a true love story. This is a true love story. It's like it looks like for my Scorpios, your true love, you went on a really big cycle with him. A cycle that was going to transform you. So for Scorpio, your true love is not like some cookie cutter, like, oh, I just need to go on to the next. It's something that you've already held your true love. It looks like you've held it and you've lost it. And you now know how powerful, like the people that come around you, Scorpio, they're transformers just like you. And you guys can create worlds just like you can destroy them. So it looks like the cycle that you went through with this counterpart energy, you've experienced completely like destroying what the relationship is, and you've actually completely experienced now the fucking highest that it was always supposed to have. Right? I always wish for my parents, like one thing that I always wish for them is that God finds a way to give them peace in their heart, because I don't think they got to live out the best parts of their marriage. And I think the best parts of their marriage would have been the times where none of us were dealing with like mental illness, slavery, and just like bullshit and like karma, you know, because we never got a chance. I feel like the Taylors never got a chance. And so I keep working for myself. Even if my family doesn't go the same rate, I know that my liberation is all of their liberation, because I think they all deserve that. It doesn't matter. My parents really wanted like love. They wanted it to work. And they were at the consciousness level that they were at, but they wanted it to work. And my parents will always be my marriage goals, because they lived passionately. I have a very passionate marriage, and I get it from my mom and my dad. But I really wish. So I go forward and I run the business and I do the things so that they know, like, they know the Ten of Swords. They know the way that their marriage could have destroyed their lives, and did. But I don't think we've gotten to see the 10 Cups, and I'm really excited to be somebody that they can be proud of and feel like broke through and defines the Taylors in a positive way. So for you, it looks like this is divine judgment on your life, Scorpio. This is everything for you, Scorpio, in terms of who you partner up with. Friends, family, lovers, it doesn't matter. it's so much deeper than you think. And it's something that was on your life before you even came here. And I think you know this now. I think you know now that it's like, oh, shitski, like, this energy, this feeling, this person was always meant to make me destroy and build it all the way up, because that's who I am. You are the master builder and the master destroyer. And so you are realizing this person really loves you because what they put you through, or the cycle you guys went on together, was scorpionic. And it helped you because this person helped you heal your self-hate wound. Because my mom wanted my dad to really love himself. That's why she fell in love. She's like, Shauna, I love you so much. I just want you to love yourself. And who my dad is this freaky healer. You have to be on the threshold of life and death in order to bring someone from death back to life, you know? And so that's why his life is like that. And that's why it was harder for him. And that's why he went through the things that taught him stuff about how to like recover and heal. My dad has almost died many times in his life. Because that's the walk of the healer. That's the walk of the shaman, you know? And I think that the person that's really for you knew who you were even before you could see who you were. And that's why they knew, like, this tough love, this strong boundaries with you, this showing you that you have to at some point love yourself, Scorpio, because we all love you so much. We all love you so much. Are you shitting me? We all love, anybody who's a real guy for you loves you so much. But you can build and destroy worlds. And that is something that not everybody has. That's not everyone's superpower. But it is yours, Scorpio. And I'm really excited for you to realize that, like, you've experienced the absence and the hollowing out of this thing. You've experienced in an abundance. And both of those things are to show you what it feels like, Scorpio, when you try and don't try. When you remove yourself, it feels exactly how this lover, partner, friend, whatever, did to you. It feels like when they went cold on you, when they disappeared, it was like, it was grounds for you to, I was like, yes. But that's how it feels, Scorpio. So don't ever take lightly where you place yourself, because you are either creating or destroying in any space that you enter into. Scorpio, are you ready? Aquarius season. The divine truth is coming down. Your partner is a high priestess. Scorpio, happy Valentine's Day, happy Aquarius season. The love for you is as psychic and mystical as you are. And spirit is going to definitely manifest what you've really been trying to manifest. You've been doing all this shit. You've been doing like your sacral chakra manifestation. You've been like charging up. You've been like lighting your crystals. You've been like fucking praying over their shit. And spirit's gonna make sure that you are able. I also see like they're gonna put you in the best fashion. Spirit's gonna be the one to bring you right to this high priestess so you can tell your truth and just be coordinated. It's gonna be such a beautiful experience for you. Because you have this awareness. Maybe this video helps you bring in some full awareness about like what's really going on here at a spiritual level. Scorpio, I really thank you guys for, many of you, I don't really think about this very often because I'm like learning about myself as I'm doing my profession at the same time. But many of you, Scorpio, were the first to ever call me your card lady. Like, ever call me your, like, psychic that you trust, you know? And that's coming from Scorpio. That means a lot to me. I don't take that lightly. Because you're real guys. You would know if I was a clown or not, you know? And so it really means a lot to me that you guys, over the last few years of specifically, like, our spirituality programming at Tethered Studios, have just been so warm and open-minded to who Tethered Studios believes is at the forefront of spirituality and is the best to give the guidance that they give. And I feel really grateful to have been able to read for you guys these years. I always kind of finish these readings, because you guys are my last time, but I always finish these readings kind of like emo, because I don't know if God will ever let me do this again. But I'm really glad God let me do it for you today. And I'm really grateful for the life you live. I think you all are just humanity's like last hope in every sense of the word, like, because humanity is going to have to understand the Scorpio thing, because we have to figure out how to transmute right now, because you don't get from a shit situation to a great situation without a transformation alchemical process. So we totally need you, and you matter. You really matter. Your role as the creator and destroying force, the keeper of the two worlds, it matters. And not everybody always has the spiritual aptitude to honor you. And so run this video back if you ever need to feel honored. Run any video I've ever made of you back. But just know the Tea Stew way, there is no Scorpio slander ever. Tea Stew is in fact a family business, and I am carrying on. I'm quite literally a Nepo baby. Like, I will be finishing what my father started. So just know, Scorpio, we support you. If you ever, like I said, we want more Scorpios to join the studio. We do. We totally do. But yeah, just love you guys and have a great time. I'm having a birthday party. Come to my birthday party if you don't got shit to do. But yeah, you're defining perfection as effort moving forward. So good for you. Love ya. Bye.